It's a new season, we've got some new faces. Like and subscribe and let's see if we can continue living the dream. What's up guys, I'm ChasingLamely. Welcome to episode number 34 of Living the Dream, where we're taking Harchester United back to the promised land. Today we start our third season. We are going into League 2 as you can see over here, and we are playing Charlton in the League Cup first round in today's episode, which is also worth knowing. But first, I just want to run you through the new faces that have come in and who has gone out. So let's just quickly do that. So in terms of ins, Nico Jones has signed permanently. I've also loaned him out to Dulwich Hamlet because he's not quite at the level where he's going to play regularly. If I can find a way to demonstrate his ability in relation, I can't. It's not going to let me do that. He's not quite at a level where he's ready to play regularly yet, essentially. So I thought I'd loan him out for a year and just give him a chance to play maybe one more season of football in the conference. He's going to be playing in the Conference National as well, which is really good. Hopefully he can get a nice season and just develop and get back up to our level. That's what we're looking for from the young Nico Jones. I also remember my rule about only signing players who were new gens, which obviously Nico Jones has been with us for so long now it doesn't even matter. But we've brought in Ken Richard from Forest Green, a centre-half / left back. He's very young. We are going to loan him out as soon as we can. It looks like he's probably going to go to Farsley, to be honest. They've come in for a few of our players. He's come in, he's cost us absolutely nothing. He was released by Forest Green, and I thought I'd just give him another chance, see if he can develop into something special. In terms of his star ratings, if we can pull something up here. Where is just the regular? There we go. We'll just go down here and look. But I say go down there and look, you probably can't even see that. Up here, he's only got 3-star potential, but we'll just keep an eye on him. If he develops, he develops. If he doesn't, I'll sell him. It's a very simple process, really. Likewise, Kyle Feeney is a centre-half that's come from Leyton Orient, having been released there. Northern Irish, under-19 international. He's got 3.5-star potential, possibly, which means he might become a League 2 defender. So we're not expecting big things out of him, but maybe he develops, maybe he becomes something we sell on. We'll keep him around, we'll see what happens. I think he's also under a bid from Farsley, off the top of my head. Folkestone and Gateshead are looking for him on loan. So he's going to spend a year out on loan and just see if he starts looking a bit more like a League 2 player. Also brought in Kane Beasley from Doncaster. He's a right winger, he's got some good pace, but only potential of 3-star potential. I don't know how this one's going to go. It just feels like I brought him in just to have a look, see if he could be turned into something. If he doesn't, fine. Again, profit, right? The board want us to sign players to sell for a profit. He cost me nothing, so if I sell him, profit. And the final guy in the door so far, and this is actually probably my best signing of the summer, is Patrick Symes. He is an ex-Norwich goalkeeper. He's only got 1.5 stars at the moment, potential of 4 stars. I'm very aware that Alex O'Mare is starting to decline, may not last another season. If I can get this guy's determination up through mentoring, I think he might just be the man to step in, at least in the short term. I do have a few other options in goal though, so it's not the end of the world. We've also got Starkey and Holland, and there's a couple of others as well that I've got on loan, all of whom look like they could develop into that replacement for Alex O'Mare, given enough football. I'm probably going to pick one, give them a good comparison, pick one, use them in the Papa John's Trophy and see if they turn into something. That's probably my plan. But let's just very quickly go through the players out. We're not going to go one by one. So Liam Matthews, though, he left on a free because I didn't notice his contract was up because I'm an idiot. Played for St Albans on loan last year. He actually looks like a really good player. He's joined Barnsley and I think he's probably going to develop into something really special. I'm kicking myself slightly that I didn't make sure I kept him around. I think I've already added him to my ex-players shortlist. If I haven't, we'll add him now. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll see how he develops. We'll also let Kevin Nidalech go to Braintree on loan. Ali Adair has joined Hungerford. Jason Dolan to Gloucester. Dave King to Torquay. Matthew Craig to Eastleigh. Marco Roos to Kings Lynn. This is a big one. Abdurrahman Yassin, I've sent on loan to Hull. They kept relentlessly making bids to buy him. And I don't want to sell. I have no interest in selling him. I want him to come up the leagues with us because I think he's got the potential to become a really big star for us. I genuinely think he's got something about him that's going to make him a very big star. It says potentially a League 1 player. I think maybe he'll push a little bit beyond that. So my thinking was, rather than sell him to Hull, I've got enough cover at right wing that I can play someone else and develop them in tandem. If he can get a few games for Hull this season, I think it's going to help him. I might be wrong, we might just be wasting a year of his career, but I've got a feeling it might just help him to develop having a season at Hull. So we're just going to try that out. We're doing a bit of a testing thing there with a player that, yes, he would be first choice, but I'd have enough cover. I thought, let's risk it. Let's see if we can see how that works as a method. Kenneth Easy has gone to Torquay, Lewis Jeffries to Wrexham on loan, Perry Cox to Blythe. You see there's a lot of loan fees as well. This is very deliberate. Max Briggs to Wealdstone. We've got Richard O'Hare on loan at Farsley, Christopher Warren on loan at Lowestoft. I sold Harrison Dunk to Lincoln Gibraltar. He wasn't going to get in our team anymore. He was an able enough backup for us when he was with us last season. I mean, you can see I literally brought him off the bench because he could cover a lot of positions. He wasn't going to get any game time this year, and 36,500 is a really good fee for a 31-year-old who's not going to play, so I let him move on. It seemed like a really simple decision to make. Paul Barry has joined Farsley, Frank Bartel to Kings Lynn, Lewis Walcott to Guiseley, Danny Scott to Needham Market, Eden Stair has been sold to Ebbsfleet because he was being a little bitch about wanting to leave, and he's not good enough. You can see this is scouts for me. He's not good enough for me to worry that much about keeping around. If he's gonna act like a little bitch, we'll get rid of him. Same with Chris Bell. He wanted to go, so he's gone to Devon Vale in the Scottish Highland League for free. Jacob Robinson on loan to Gateshead, Saxon Early to Dartford, James Campbell to Bath, Reece Judge to Blythe, Nathan Jones to Wealdstone, Ethan Burnett to Oxford City, Josh Ferguson to Southport, and of course Nico Jones to Dulwich Hamlet. Yes, I'm aware I'm going to spend the rest of my life answering press conferences about the number of players I've got on loan and stockpiling. Whatever. I did make a couple of staff changes as well. I think we lost someone or brought someone. We brought in a couple of coaches for the under-23s, nothing dramatic. We also brought in Marlon Cook at the end of last season. I don't think I showed you. Eugene Rose, there was talk, was going to go and become the new manager of Farsley, and he never left. So that was also a thing. So keep an eye on that. Eugene Rose might be leaving at some point this season. But anyway, you guys came to see some football. And so because you guys came to see some football, we're going to play some football. We're playing Charlton. Freddie Barton can't play because he's on loan from Charlton. And Rob McCormick can't play because he broke his ankle. That's pretty much all you need to know. Let's go and let's look at the team. So there's a few faces we've not seen much of who will be playing today. Alex O'Meara starts in goal. It's Cisse Kirk Mascara, who we started seeing towards the back end of last season. And this guy, Michael Curtis, who I think we saw once or twice last year. He's a young left back. He's come in for McCormick. He's got some good stats. I think he's probably got some good room to develop. I don't know what was being said about him by our coaches. Has it predicted his ceiling yet? I don't think it has. It's saying he's a Vanarama national level player and could improve a lot. Probably is in there somewhere. It is there. So I figured why not give him a chance. He can play left back. He'll fill in there quite nicely. Troy Shelley makes a return at right wing. He's probably not good enough for this level right now, but I think he can maybe develop enough to become useful. Steve Hardy and Vinny Kayembe are finally reunited in the centre of midfield. We've then got Max Robson, Joseph Torrent, and Marshall Wickham up top. Marshall Wickham has now, in terms of his star rating at the very least, surpassed Jason Porter. So Jason Porter, his time will be drawing to an end at the club. I think he'll probably retire at the end of this season. I'd probably say the same for O'Meara, maybe. I do think we're probably going to see the last season of Jason Porter. We know he scored a lot of goals for us this year, or last year, sorry. If Wickham doesn't make it, then I'll swap them round. Or doesn't make it, doesn't really hit the ground running, I'll swap them round because I know Porter has goals in him. Fleming will start on the bench as well. Colby Fleming we've not seen for a while, but he has developed actually immensely since we last saw him. He has really come along. He was like a half-star or one-star player, and he can now play on the left wing, which is very helpful. So we'll keep him around as kind of a versatile option. And the last member of the bench, who again I'm pretty sure we haven't seen yet, I know we haven't seen yet, is Aris Kerrigan, who came through last year's youth intake. He's wanted by a lot of clubs, and you can see why. He's 16 years old. He's already 3-star for the first team. He is technically among our probably a better choice at right back than right wing than Troy Shelley. But I've seen Troy Shelley do it. I've not seen Aris Kerrigan do it. That's why Troy Shelley is starting today. But he's got some big potential, and I think he's going to be a regular starter. He's the guy. This guy is the reason I was so happy to let Yalcin go on loan for a year, because this guy can and usually does play on the right wing, and he's really got something to offer there. I think that's probably going to be a really key thing for us. So he will become something of a star. That is the hope. Let's get into it. Let's win our way through to the next round of the Cup, hopefully, against League One Charlton. So into the team talk, we've got nothing to lose here. We know how good we are. Show everyone else what we're capable of is good advice. We've got a tunnel interview actually, because we are on television, I suppose, being the newbies to the league. That makes all the sense in the world. Sprung a few surprises with your team selection. What's the thinking behind that? I don't know if it's a big surprise. You confident Steve Hardy will perform today? Of course I am. He's Steve Hardy. So, looking quite good as a starting lineup. I'm feeling okay. Mashevsky, by the way, I've given him the 2 shirt because I think he's going to play more as a right back this season than as a centre half, because we do have a lot of good players at the back. They've got Scott Twine up front for Charlton. That's not okay. You can't use Scott Twine against me. I will not willing to accept that. That is not allowed. Scott Twine, bit of a legend. Early throw in for Charlton. Chris Gunter, who's still playing somehow, down the line to Brown. Brown having a bit of a run at us, but it should be fine. Hardy should have him covered. He does. Robson back to Kayembe. Kayembe, big ball forward, and that's not really in the path of anyone. I think Wickham probably saw it late and didn't quite chase it down. His reactions could be something interesting, because I feel like Jason Porter probably got on the end of that. But Wickham is now on the ball, plays it back to Kayembe. Kayembe, big ball over the top, and again it's wayward. And Vinny Kayembe really needs to kind of think about what he's doing before he plays the ball forward, because he is just giving it away to the goalkeeper every time. You know, he's trying to be clever. He is too good for this stuff. I let him go on a trial for a week at Millwall just for a change of scenery. I had no intention of selling him, just let him have a change of scenery. Then suddenly the entire French League 1 came in for him, and Joseph Torrent picks up where he left off. An assist from Marshall Wickham. Joseph Torrent has scored yet again for the club, and this man's unstoppable. He is at this point unstoppable. He will just score goals for fun wherever he goes. He is still very much rated as being a championship player, but I think, if we're honest, he's probably reaching a point where he should be knocking on the door of the Spanish under-21 squad. I think he's nearly there. We've got ourselves a corner. Hardy short to Kayembe. Kayembe plays it back, looking for Curtis. Curtis into the box, has a pop, ricochets off everyone, and we've got ourselves another corner. And let's try that again, because that was good pressure, and if we can get to 2-0 up here, we'll absolutely be flying. Hardy to Kayembe. Kayembe goes again, back to Hardy to Curtis. Curtis back to Hardy. Steve Hardy has a pop. Hamer secures the ball, and unfortunately we're not going to get a goal out of that corner routine, but the ball's gone straight forward, and maybe they're going to hit us on the counter as Washington plays in Scott Twine, and this is exactly what I didn't want to see. Scott Twine has a pop. Scott Twine from distance is dangerous. Scott Twine from a set piece is dangerous too. We don't want that happening against us. A throw-in for Charlton to Morris. Ebanks Landell plays it back. Tackled by Robson, good work, and we've now picked it up with Wickham. Marshall Wickham, what can he do? Ball goes out left again to Max Robson, who's proved a real handful today. He's been very useful. Don't know how he's only on a 6.5. He has a pop. And maybe that wayward crossing is why he's on such a low rating. Shelley finds it. Hardy heads it towards goal. And it's been disallowed for pushing another player, which is not what we were looking to happen. Free kick, Twine over the ball. Exactly where we don't want him. Kirk heads it away, thankfully. Twine picks it back up, though. Has a pop, and it's just off the post. Scotty Twine is very dangerous. I've just seen a Doughty on the field. Is that Michael Doughty? It's not. That's good. Right, we've got a free kick. Kirk, let's see what we can do. Let's get the ball to Hardy. That's a good plan. Played short to Torrent. Torrent to Shelley, who slots it through looking for Cisse, but Wickham is there, and Wickham has a pop. And Marshall Wickham makes it 2-0. Marshall Wickham scoring his first goal of the season, and it's the first goal for the club he's ever scored, but I think he's going to become really, really prolific for us. I think maybe if we can keep hold of them, if we can avoid them getting too upset, I think Wickham and Torrent are probably our strike force from now until at the very least the Championship, if not all the way to the Premier League. I think they've got that much potential. If they can form a good unit, we're going to be really, really onto something here. Hamer puts the ball forward, looking for Twine, but Kayembe gets his head to it, to Robson. Robson has all the time. He's really good at creating time for himself, is Max Robson. Plays it short to Wickham, and it doesn't really quite get there. And now Mascara to Hardy. Hardy needs to do something with this ball now. Plays it in, looking for Joseph Torrent, who tries to lay it off for Wickham, who wasn't really alert to it. And Mascara again picks up the ball. Wickham can't get his head to it. Kayembe, he's got time, finds Robson, finally finds Wickham and back to Robson. He plays in Steve Hardy, and Steve Hardy has a pop, and that's well into the stands, and really should have done better with that opportunity. So that's half time. It is 2-0. We are doing okay so far. We're doing pretty acceptably on our first foray into the League Cup. I'm going to tell everyone that they are doing well. Things are going well. I'm also, because I've just noticed the instruction from our assistant manager, we're going to let him go ahead and do what he likes here. I think probably marking Scott Twine tightly is a good idea, because he will be dangerous. He will be very dangerous. If he gets any chance to get near our goal, he'll score. He is that kind of player. We've got a free kick as well, immediately in the second half. Hardy puts it over the top. Torrent gets his head to it, and Hamer makes the save. Probably not really a strong enough header from Torrent, but there's still time. The ball's going back up towards us. Cisse, ball to Kayembe. Kayembe to Torrent. He plays in Hardy. Hardy slots it through for Wickham. Marshall Wickham is through, and it's saved by Hamer. It's out for a corner. And we need to try and create a third goal from this corner and probably put this tie to bed. That would be the one we're looking for. Hardy's going to go long with this one. Aims for the near post. Didn't really see what happened then, because that camera is objectively the worst camera in the game. Brown on the run, but cut out by Michael Curtis and into touch, and that has stopped that happening. Goal kick. Omer short to Alex Kirk. Kirk, ball forward to Kayembe. Kayembe to Wickham. Plenty of time for Marshall Wickham. Tries to beat his man with a little dink and does get there, which is a surprise. I thought we were going to lose the ball then. Wickham is through. And frankly, it was a bit selfish. He probably should have just laid that off for Torrent to have a pop. Torrent had more of the momentum coming onto the ball facing goal. But, he'll learn. He's a young lad. We've given them a free kick, edge of the box. Kayembe fouling Scott Twine. This is exactly why I don't want Scott Twine over the ball. But Henry's going to take it. And Aaron Henry, a bit of a surprise. I know nothing about Aaron Henry. I'll hold my hands up. I know nothing about the guy. I would have put Scott Twine over that ball because I know Scott Twine can score from there. But it turns out Aaron Henry's no slouch. They are dangerous from set pieces. That's worth bearing in mind should we end up playing Charlton again in the near future, for sure. Knowing they've got a player who can be that dangerous from free kicks. Now we're back up against it. I've made some changes. Colby Fleming on at left back. Aris Kerrigan on the left wing. And Jason Porter on up top, just to replace some players who are either booked or tired. That was kind of the plan. It looks like we're going to make it through to full time without any real extra issues. Although I could be proved wrong. They're just going to shoot from anywhere now, apparently. And that's full time. We have survived. It's a 2-1 win, which is actually a very good result for us in the context of things. When you consider this is the first time we've ever been a league club, or the first time we've been a league club since the club, went down literally in flames in 2007. So our first foray into the League Cup in about 15 years, and we've picked up a win, and that's really good to see. I don't know if the tunnel interview is going to happen. If it does, we'll come back in 2 seconds with that. So the referee had a lot of work today with your team picking up several cars. Does that evident aggression worry you? It never has, never will. Obviously, I'm not saying your side can see goals, but surely Aaron Henry scoring a free kick into the bottom corner from the edge of the area was sensational. What did you make of it? I mean, it was fantastic. Let's be real. Let's be honest about it. We may as well be honest with the media. Confirmation we are through to the next round. I'm going to come back in just a second with the draw for the next round of the League Cup, because that will probably determine where we're coming back. Okay, so we're back. We've got the Carabao Cup second round. We've got Spurs, Leicester and Burnley entering the competition. We're not going to go through every game. We're just going to hit the draw all teams button, hope for the best, have a quick look. See, obviously we want teams from as low down as possible, unless we can get a Spurs or a Newcastle or someone who's going to get a big crowd away. We want someone about our level. Let's see what we get. Burnley away. All right, that's not a challenge at all. That's not a challenge at all. So what date is that set for? That is going to be the 11th of August, which should slot in quite nicely as our next video. So we'll do that. We'll come back for that. That feels like a really strong idea. So in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching. As always, like and subscribe, because liking and subscribing is good for you, good for me, good for everyone. Share the love. You find me on the socials below as well. I'm on Twitter, Insta, Patreon, ChasingLamely. Magic graphic there will remind you that you should have subscribed and rung the bell by now. It's that little red thing down there and the little bell icon next to it. Give it a try. You might just like it. Just saying, you might like it. Try it out. I thought. Anyway, guys. In the meantime, I've been Chasing Lamely. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.